10. A rooster at the pool. In the summer of 1984, Oliver and I were inseparable. I was pregnant and he was on vacation. David, my husband, was a business consultant at the time, often on the road, and so Oliver was a man in my life. He took me shopping, he took me to the movies, he watched the LA Olympics with me, and most importantly, he escorted me to the pool, where I did my swimming exercises. The pool was located in a lovely woodsy complex that was also the center of summer activities for the local youth. Josh, with whom I was then pregnant, would one day be one of those campers. At the bottom of the pool site stood a high fence. Along the north side were rows of benches, and above that, all the way to the north fence, was a grassy area. That's where Oliver and I always sat. Actually, I mostly lay down, closing my eyes and listening to the mixed sounds of indistinct voices, of water splashing and laughter, of a call here and there. Meanwhile, Oliver checked out the guys. Although he believed he did it discreetly, people noticed. Some of the pregnant women who came as regularly as I did were obviously puzzled. Does she know? They seemed to wonder. With some of them, I played dumb when they asked, "Your husband?" "Yes, oui," I'd answer. And they politely would say something like, "Oh, how nice," or "Really? Is he French?" Perhaps hoping for my sake that his voyeurism was a cultural thing. That particular day was gorgeous. I was done with my laps and had collapsed on the grass, letting my mind drift, vaguely aware of my environment. Oliver sat and watched the guys. All of a sudden, a voice rose above all others and became very quickly unpleasantly distinct. I sat up and looked down at the pool where a tall man was pacing in front of a few giggling girls, entertaining them loudly. He was muscular, very tan, standing erect like Julius Caesar, with his towel hanging over his right shoulder like a mantle. I got up. "Oh, you don't want to do that," Oliver said, wrapping his hand around my ankle. "Why not?" I retorted, shaking him off. "He's disturbing my peace, and I'm sure he's boring the girls. I mean, look at him. He's pushing 40, at least, and what is he doing flirting with 18 years old? "Well, he's kind of cute," Oliver said. "Oliver, a man is not supposed to be cute at 40. And how can you find him cute, with his stupid towel over his shoulder like he's a centurion or something?" I was already on my way down the hill. I tapped on Julius' shoulder, and he spun around, startled. "Yes?" he asked. "Would you mind lowering your voice?" I said. "And why would I?" he laughed. "Because I'm not interested in your little performance here." I honestly don't remember what he retorted, but it wasn't accommodating, since I reacted quite strongly by blurting out instinctively what a French woman like me would blurt out in a situation like that. Unfortunately, I did it with a literal translation of a French expression, espèce de vieux coq. "You old cock," I said. I meant cock, as in rooster, of course, the image being that of a rooster parading his roosterhood in the chicken pen. But since you don't spell the word as you say it, I could not understand why the entire pool was suddenly drawing breath, why the girls had stopped giggling and their hands were flying to their mouths. Then someone laughed, and Caesar's face turned crimson. All of this in no time at all, as Oliver, who had rushed down to my side, was now grabbing my arm and pulling me away, announcing to no one in particular that I was French and needed to be excused. I shook off his grasp and marched proudly out of the pool area into the building housing the locker rooms. Once inside, I asked, "And what's your problem?" "My problem, dear," Oliver patiently said, "is that you don't want to publicly rebuke a guy with that word in English." "Which word? Cock?" "Yeah, that word." "And why ever not? It's a perfectly correct English word, no?" Oliver sighed. "It is. You still don't want to use it in that context." "In that context, you see, it spells differently." "Oh, sweet Jesus, Oliver, I don't get it. Come out with it already." He came out with it. "That word, Lily, in its pronunciation, if not in its spelling, means, in slang English, that." And he pointed down at his own anatomy. "Oh," I said, and thought about that for a moment. Then it occurred to me that it actually was exactly what Caesar out there was unconsciously doing, advertising that part of his body to a female audience. "Wonderful," I said with glee, grabbing my bag and heading for the door. I don't think the word rooster would have carried the message as perfectly as that.